Hi, my name is Jennifer Granger, and I'm a student at Walden University. This screencast is an effort to attempt to evaluate a website and to show students exactly the steps they need to take in order to evaluate a website effectively. So we're looking at this one particular website entitled Help Save the Endangered Pacific Northwest Tree Octopus from Extinction. And what we're going to do first to start with is we're going to take a look directly at this URL located at the top here. The first thing what we should notice is that it is a .net extension. And so while this is not per se, one reason to nix the website and say it's not credible, it should raise questions, because a .net is an open domain, one in which anyone can actually go ahead and create. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to do what's called the truncation process, and that's when you put your cursor at the very end of your URL address and you begin to backspace until you just get to the original home website. And when you do so, go ahead and click. That'll take us to the home. Okay, this is coming from Zapato Productions, Intradimensional, and its byline is your source for conspiracies and other diversions. Okay, red flags are already waving high in the air, because right here the word conspiracies is lending the fact that this potentially is not a source that is credible. But let's go ahead and continue on with our evaluation process just to be sure. We're going to go ahead and backtrack back to the original site that we were at. And the next thing we're going to look at specifically is the content. The content that is on this page seems really, really realistic. The information that is there is scientific in nature. It talks about such things as temperate rainforests. It talks about cephalopods. It talks about all sorts of information. It even has maps on here and photos that are so realistic. I want to say that indeed there must be a tree octopus that is endangered living in the Northwest. However, if we take a closer look specifically at the information that is included, the first thing that I want to point out is that the information is conflicting. There's a byline here that says, why is it endangered? Okay, that means that for the most part, this animal will be going extinct, meaning we'll no longer be able to enjoy it ever again. It'll be gone from this earth. But it talks about why it's endangered. Its heading is right there. And that first sentence says, although the tree octopus is not officially listed on the endangered species list, we feel that it should be added since its numbers are at a critically low level for its breeding needs. So there's a little contradiction there. It's got low numbers and it should be on the endangered list, but it's not. All right, let's see why there's such low numbers. Decimation of habitat, reason because of logging and suburban encroachment. Well, those seem like plausible reasons. The building of roads that cut off access to water, which it needs for spawning, that seems credible. Predation by foreign species such as house cats and booming populations of its natural predators, including the bald eagle and Sasquatch. Well, right there, I'm starting to see more red flags. Sasquatch, if I'm not sure what Sasquatch is, there is a link. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Sasquatch is indeed that American myth of this monster that supposedly lives in the Pacific Northwest. All right. Right over here, we see this logo again. The ZPI, that is the Zapato Productions Intradimensional. Isn't that exactly what we just saw before? More red flags are indeed waving. All right, let's go ahead and go back. The next thing that we want to take a look at beyond the content is we want to search for information about the author. Usually we can find that in a tagline at the bottom. And indeed, here we go. We are looking at Lyle Zapato. Well, surprise, surprise. Lyle Zapato, if we click on that, we are brought back to this particular productions page once again. And if we click on this, we get this wonderful dossier here of this guy. And we see all sorts of information that just makes me want to go, I just don't know about this guy. All right, let's take it back. Is there any more that we can find? No, it's just going to take about this author. Lyle Zapata is the owner of Zapata in Productions. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Born in 1972. This looks like a mugshot, perhaps a composite sketch. Again, information that's a little sketchy, not very credible. Let's go ahead and zoom back. So now we have more red flags to add to our collection. Okay. So we have now taken a look at the URL. We have truncated it. We have taken a look at Zapata Productions. One more thing that I noticed, and I'm going to take a look at it again. I'm going to scroll back down here. Is it talks about how this site is not associated with any school or educational organization. Wow. But it is connected to Kelvinick University, a branch of the Wild Haggis Conservation Society. I know a lot about conservation societies, but I have not heard of this particular one. I'm surprised I wouldn't have seen something like SeaWorld or the San Diego Zoo associated with this. But just for the fun of it, let's take a look and see if we can find some more information about this university. So just for fun, we're going to go ahead and copy this concept of the Kelvinick University. Let's go ahead and put this in the top here, paste it on in there. Let's go see if we can find anything about this university. Here we go, Kelvinick University. Welcome to KU, Thermodynamic Education for the Mind. First thing that catches my attention is that there's no EDU here at the top whatsoever. Again, we start to see right off the top, if we have that critical eye, that Zapata Production interdimensional logo again. So right there, we should be questioning. But let's take a look. Lots of universities will have all different sorts of information here. But there's no links. If I wanted to find out more information about the computer science and what that would entail as a major or department, I cannot click on anything. So again, if I were to take a closer look and read through all this information, I'd probably see that it indeed is bogus. Take a look at what it takes to contact the admissions office. There is no phone number. There is no real address there with even a zip code. I'm very concerned that this is a bogus operation going on here. So let's go ahead and click back and click. So we are back now on our original page. The next thing what we would do, we want to click around and check out some of the links that are there. One thing that caught my eye is this idea of activism. It seems like there's a lot of activism that's involved with saving the tree octopus. However, take a look. This is done in 5/1/2010 and 4/1/2009. You mean to tell me that we have not had any updates since 2010? One of the things that we want to make sure is that our information is updated frequently. And this is definitely not something that is happening here. So again, we have that ZPI logo taking us back to that blog. And again, I'm beginning to question more and more that this is simply serving the paranoid since 1997 and nothing more than that. Back at our home, looking at the website and its media and its photos and its information and all sorts of good things that it has, I can't help but say that this is indeed a very well done photo or a website. And if I didn't know any better, if I didn't go through the evaluation process, I might think that this is something that is real I just didn't know about. But to be on the safe side, One last little thing that we can do to cross-reference this is to take a look and see if we can find any more information on a different website. So let's go ahead, go up to our little bar here, and let's go ahead and plug in Wikipedia and see if we can find any information from Wikipedia. Here's our search bar. We're going to go ahead and put Northwest Tree. Oh, here we go. Take us there. And here's some information. The Pacific Northwest tree octopus is a hoax. It was created in 1998 by Lyle Zapata. We've seen that name. Fictitious endangered species of a cephalopod. Moving on, there's more information. It says that spawning in the nearby waters where it lays its eggs, major predator to be Sasquatch. So we were on the right track. Purpose of this was to use in internet literacy classes in schools. And it says here at the bottom, all 25 7th grade students involved in one well-publicized test believe the content. I'd love to know more information about that. But indeed, this is a hoax. There is no doubt that this particular website is not real. However, if we had not gone through the evaluation process that include looking at the URL closely, doing the truncation process, taking a look closely at the author as well as the school that he was associated with, taking a look at the content, and cross-referencing it with other websites, we might have bought it too. It's very, very realistic. Doing a project of this kind really opens my eyes to what students really need to be able to do when they are looking specifically at a website and how easily they could be led astray if they were not. I can't wait to use these sorts of websites with my students to open their eyes. It would be fun to provide for them the steps that we just took and put them in groups and see specifically what they can come up with on their own. I think that this is worthwhile. We cannot ignore teaching this sort of literacy to our kids. A lot of what they've had in the past is basically trustworthy because of the books. It's always been, literacy given by textbooks. But now this is crucial that we teach these skills so that they are not dragged into these false or misleading websites and not know how to look at them with without a critical eye. So this has been my experience. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching the screencast and have a great day.